Well, my name is Alvin. I'm an instructor, art instructor. Wish I could paint every day, but I gotta pay the rent.
My name is Jennifer, and I am 37 years old. I live in Elizabeth, New Jersey now, but I grew up on Long Island and have lived various places throughout New Jersey. I am a teacher. I've been a teacher for 10 years, and before that, I was in sales in Manhattan.
My name is Lauren. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey. I'm a graphic design major. I'm a graphic designer, and I'm in college.
My name is Vlad. I'm 21 years old. I live in Washington Heights. Came here from former USSR when I was 2, and I've been living pretty much in Washington Heights ever since. What do? I'm a sales professional, I guess. I sell rare gold and silver coins over the phone, rip off old people.
I'm Kenny. I'm 20 years old, gonna be 21 in June 8th. I live here in Fort Lee. I'm studying psychology and I want to do health psychology, like helping out people.
Hi, I'm Raina. I'm 13 and I'm from New Jersey. I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
Алексей Иванович, 86. Я приехал в 1991 году с Украины, город Черновцы. Работал техником по технике автомашин.
My name is Lori. I'm 56 years old. I currently live in Fort Lee, New Jersey, although I grew up in Queens, New York. I am a retired attorney. I have a 20-year-old daughter and a husband and 2 cats.
Hi, my name is Alec. I go to school in Albany. I live in Crestgill, and I'm finishing up my last year of college.
Hi, my name is Greg. I'm 22 years old from Little Ferry, New Jersey. I play bass in a band, and I'd like to be a career musician one day.
My name is Glenn. I go to Fort Lee High School in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and I'm 17 years old.
My name is Elizabeth. I am 10 years old. I want to be a vet when I grow up, and I like to play soccer.
My name is Beatrice. I'm from Forest Hills, New York. I am 88 years old, and in my working days, before I retired, I was an executive secretary.
Premarital sex is a more religious thing than anything. It has nothing to do with human, I would say, a way a human being is. These are like rules set by other people.
I think it's a very important part of a relationship, and I think that you need to experience that before you can fully understand what it is to be with that person on certain levels.
I waited till I was 19 to have sex, and most people I know were having sex when they were like 14, 15 years old. I was holding out for the right person, but it really is about willpower. It really is about how much you can withstand the pressure of having sex, of being sexy, of picking up other people, of going out with other people. It's more about what you can tolerate, you know, what you're really holding dear to you, as opposed to like just sleeping with everybody. Now it's such a commodity that there's nothing really sacred about premarital sex. You know, in the media, in magazines, in fashion. It's just, sex is such a marketing field now that nobody really holds any like special place for it.
You should know about the consequences of not, say, using a condom, but you should wait a little later, not exactly when you're like 12 or 13, but you don't necessarily have to wait till you're married. It's what you believe in.
My mother, my sisters, everyone I know did not have premarital sex. We went through climbing the ladder to our next plateau by planning with our new partner to be, by arranging it with our families, by dreaming about it. And when that day finally came and my new husband lifted me up over and carried me over the threshold into our new abode. That's something that you can never experience unless it's a first time, a planning, a waiting for it. So therefore, I don't approve of premarital sex.
They do jobs that most people wouldn't do anyway. I've never seen an illegal alien or heard of an illegal alien doing a job that most Americans want in the first place.
If I was going to move to Mexico, I would do it the right way. It's not a matter of space. It's a matter of respect. It's a matter of wanting to be here in legal proportions, wanting to be here in the right way, not because, you know, you can.
I do feel there are certain things that should be, I don't know, should be taken care of if you live in the country, though. I mean, it depends. I do think that mostly everybody should speak English, or at least make an attempt to have that be their main language if you live here. And aside from that, I think everyone should still pay taxes. I just don't think we should as harshly enforce who we let in and who we let out.
We do have 12 to 14 million or more immigrants in this country, and what are we supposed to do? Deport all them? We're supposed to start knocking on people's houses and say, oh, are there any immigrants in here? Can we go and search through your house? So like on one hand, it's such a humane thing, like you can't do that. But on the other hand, it's like they've essentially taken advantage of the country. They haven't paid any taxes. They exploit our system, our financials, everything, you know? So there's something has to be done to integrate them into our society peacefully and in a humane way. That's what I think about immigration.
No, I don't think that that's such a great idea. I think that when you're young, you have in your mind that it's almost like you're going to be where you are forever, okay? That you're going to be 24 or 23 or 25 forever. And you kind of don't think about the long term. And I think about being 60 and having a tattoo and having your skin, obviously, I mean, it's, it happens. Your skin sags, you get older. You are a grandmother now, and do you want to walk around with a bathing suit with a heart on it that says Rex, that's sagging down to your stomach, your tattoos all over you and your lip piercings, now you have holes all over the place. This is the way that I think now, but when I was younger, I thought differently.
I love it, baby. Freaking love it. If I could do it, I'd do my whole fucking body. Yeah, body modification is a great way to express yourself, and what better canvas to draw on than one that moves, and tattoos don't last forever. They do fade, they do deteriorate like you and your skin, but it is one hell of a commitment to go through. And what better way to commemorate something or appreciate something than marking it on your body for everybody to see. Growing up, a lot of people have issues with themselves and with the way they look, and if you can modify it and you can customize it the way you want, you start to appreciate it, because then it's like, oh, I've sacrificed this part of me and I've altered it into the way that I think is beautiful and I think is, the way I want to look. So why not create yourself? I mean, creativity is so limited today. Everybody looks the same, everybody shops in the same mall. Why not be original on your own skin? Like, nobody can take it from you.
Well, you have to live with it for a pretty long time, and you have to be sure you really, really want it. And if you think you look cool like that, well, some people think they look cool like that, but it's not really true. They just make themselves look worse.
I think piercings and tattoos, they create an impression about you. I think if you want to go out in the job market, or at some point you decide to live a more mainstream or conservative life, you're stuck with these things that make a statement about you, which they clearly say rebel.
I work at a certain coffee company, and there's no facial piercings allowed. If anyone has a facial piercing, they need to put a Band-Aid over it. One girl we work with, she wears a Band-Aid over her lip, and the first time I worked with her, I honestly thought she had herpes. And I can't see why they would rather the person handing you your drink, whether you think they have herpes, as opposed to, they have a lip ring, I think that it doesn't matter in certain situations, and some companies take it a little too far.
I have a friend that she had a problem with it. We were talking, and she said, "Well, it goes against Mother Nature. You know, have a penis, you have a vagina, and it works together." But then, because it said they're meant to reproduce. But and then I told her that my uncle was married for 20 odd years with his wife, and they didn't produce anything. They tried, but nothing came out. So here it is. Two people love each other, man and woman. They can't produce. So what? So then can you put them in the same category as a same-sex marriage? Because they can't produce either, or they don't want to.
Same-sex marriages. If it makes you happy, do it. If you love someone, why does there have to be like a gender issue about it? So what? If you want to marry your plant, fine. Have a biochemistry wedding. Who gives a shit?
I don't think that, I should be subject to coming outside. You know how like they have certain things that you can't run around naked outside, right? You mean we're a free country, but you can't run around naked outside, right? I don't think that, I should have to come outside and see guys making out. I don't think I should come outside and see guys walking hand in hand. I don't consider that really normal. Just like I don't consider running around the street naked normal. So I think that that's fine if you do it behind closed doors, and if you want a partner, I don't think you have to have a law that says, oh, we're married and we're trying to save on taxes. We create a separate thing for the taxes, but for marriage, say, oh, this is my husband and you're a guy. I don't think a guy could have a husband,
In terms of it being legal or illegal, we live in a country where you can legally give your dog $1 million if you die, but you can't. Two men can't get married is pure bullshit, or two females can't get married. Same thing.
Same-sex marriage is forbidden by my religion. But at the same time, I feel that gay people and lesbian people should be entitled to the same rights, and it's a basic human right. It's something that people are given as a right when they're born. Like, who's someone to say, oh, just because you guys love each other, you can't benefit from all the different things that other people... Like, civil unions, they come along with, like, I think 70-something rights, like 77 rights, compared to marriage, which is like 400 rights that come with. And, like, people are trying to say, oh, civil unions are equivocal to marriage. And no, it's not. Even the fact that it's saying civil unions, that places it as a disadvantage, because that's like saying, oh, it's not good enough as a marriage, but we should still accept it. That's still giving it like a negative point. Like, that's still saying it's wrong,
Some people can be born into it and feel that way from the womb, but other people now, because it's so accepted, you can make a choice. You can make a choice to be with a black person, a white person, a Spanish person, another same-sex person. I think it's just all who you fall in love with. And my father always says to me, you can fall in love with whoever you want, but you have to be picky. You have to be choosy.
I don't see anything wrong with prostitution. I think they should make it legal. And that way there'll be less people going out there and getting diseases or hiding behind people's back. Look, when I take out girls on dates, I feel like I'm doing like I'm definitely treating them like a prostitute. I'm not. Yeah, you almost paying for sex. That's why I don't go out on dates.
I think that women selling their bodies for money is really kind of a disgrace, because I just talked about how having sex is, you should do it with someone you really like, not for money. If you really need money, you should go and you should get a job instead of selling your own body, which is your personal thing.
I think we should probably legalize prostitution. It's the oldest profession, as everybody knows. It's always existed. It always will exist. And when you legalize something, then you can regulate it, and you could have more health and safety considerations. Plus, it takes the organized crime factor out of the picture. It's not a whole lot different. It's just one step above going to a strip club and getting a lap dance. So, and that's legal. So what's the big deal?
Prostitution is a way of a girl to sell her body because she can't find any other way. We have to discourage this as much as we can and encourage those very girls that would look for this way to make a buck, to go to school and to make something worthwhile of herself.
I think that George Bush did the right thing by going into Iraq. I think George Bush did the right thing by bringing up the urgency of like Muslim extremists and bringing up like how just fanatic it can get, because people, we live over here and we really don't understand how it is over there. We really don't care, but we don't want it to be over here how it is over there. That's the message that we want to send. So, who cares about Iraq? I don't care that they need to rebuild. They don't think that we need to rebuild our World Trade Center. Afghanistan, if they didn't want problems, they should have given up Osama. He gave him an ultimatum. He didn't say he didn't start bombing. He said, look, either you give Osama up or we're coming in. Who cares that we didn't find Osama? We definitely wreaked havoc. And maybe in 20 years, it'll be another breeding ground for more terrorists. But at least we took care of the situation now.
1 second, I'm gonna look for the weapons of mass destruction. Where are the weapons? I was lied to.
There's just a lot of things I just don't agree with. Frankly, I think he's a puppet for the Republicans. I think they tell him what to say and what to do. I find him to be totally inarticulate. I can't even take him seriously when he gives a speech because he doesn't even speak correctly. And I'm very, very much looking forward to the day that he's not in office.
Войны не должно быть. Вот и все. Это самый главный. Почему? Потому что я лично знаю, я воевал, поэтому я так и говорю, что война это нехорошо. Поддерживают, которые воюют. А Буш это нехорошо делает. Ну, для нас, пенсионеров, удовлетворяет он нас. И меня в садик возят, из садика возят. Там кормят, одевают, обувают. Медицина бесплатная. Это очень-очень хорошо для меня.
If you think of yourself in his place, then it's going to be kind of hard because everybody's either against you or for it, and then you have to make the country happy, and it's pretty hard to do, and then whatever decision you make, somebody's going to be upset.
I actually think that George Bush is probably a well-meaning person. I believe that he believes he's a loyal American and is trying to do what's good for the country. However, George Bush comes from a type of lifestyle that represents only a very small portion of the people in this country. He's a Texas millionaire. Much of his whole time in office, he has catered to the other upper income people in this country. And the times when he's tried to do something for people that were helpful projects like No Child Left Behind, he screwed up. I don't think he relates well to the majority of the people who are in this country, and I think that that's a very big problem for him.
This is mesalamine. It's used to treat ulcerative colitis, which I have. This is a little bit of marijuana. These two things do the same thing. Both of them make me not bleed from the inside. What's the difference between these two chemicals that this one, which costs way more money, I should have to use? If you don't legalize marijuana, I take it as you're personally fucking me up the ass.
I'm not too sure, actually. I kind of feel like if marijuana was legalized, then it would be taxed, they would put nicotine in it, and as people do say that marijuana is a gateway drug, and I've seen a lot of cases where it has been, if you get people addicted to a gateway drug, I feel like bad things could happen. I think more important than legalizing it and making it available, I think decriminalizing it is more important. I just don't feel that someone that has a bag of weed on them should be in a holding cell with somebody that murdered someone, you know.
Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. This country is full of hypocrisy.
Everything goes back to everything. Everything goes back to parenting. Your morals, your values. If there was a strong parent who enforced like things in you and made you believe a certain way and like made you know what's right and what's wrong, then you would outside of your peers' influence, you'd still be able to have strong enough of a character and a backbone and a spine to say, no, I don't want to do that.
A lot of things change with the times, although the morals perspectives are moral perspectives. And I think what I may feel from a religious point of view perspective is not what I feel for a legal or technical one. And when you're talking about legalizing things, you have to look at what's going to benefit the majority of the people, whether or not it fits into your own moral perspectives or not. And that's really what legalizing things should be all about.